At $2 million in revenue, the most expensive mistake a practice owner makes is not a bad ad campaign. It is a bad hire. A bad hire at this stage costs you the salary, the payroll tax, the recruiting time, the 6 months you spent hoping it would work out, and then the 3 months of cleanup after they leave. And the whole time, the problem you hired them to solve is still sitting there. I am a practicing vascular surgeon and I own a multi-location vein practice. So I have made these hires and I have paid for them. In the next 10 minutes, I am going to walk you through the 4 people you should not hire at $2 million, the reason each one feels so obviously correct at the time, and the 3 roles that actually move a practice forward instead. Start with the honest diagnosis. At $2 million, you are usually not short on people. You are short on definition. Nobody owns the phone. Nobody owns collections. Nobody owns the schedule. Work floats between 3 people who are all busy and none of whom are accountable. When that is true, hiring another body does not fix anything. It gives the confusion one more place to hide. Here is the rule I use now. If a job cannot be described in 1 sentence with 1 number attached to it, it is not a job yet. It is a pile of tasks you have not sorted. Hiring against a task pile is how you end up paying someone $80,000 a year to be as confused as you are. Wrong hire number 1. The practice administrator you bring in to fix everything. This is the most seductive hire in medicine. You are tired, you are behind, you are seeing patients all day and doing operations at night. So you hire someone senior, you give them a big title, and you tell them to take it off your plate. Then you find out that they cannot fix billing because they have never worked a denial. They cannot fix marketing because they have never bought a lead. They cannot fix the schedule because you never told them what a full schedule looks like. A general manager can run a system. A general manager cannot invent one from nothing while you are unavailable. If your practice does not have documented processes yet, an administrator will spend their first year doing exactly what you were doing, just slower, and you will still be the answer to every question. Wrong hire number 2. The second provider you hire for relief instead of for demand. This one is emotional, and I understand it, because you are exhausted. But a provider is the single most expensive unit of capacity you can add. Before you sign that contract, answer one question with real numbers, not hope. How many new patient consults per week are you turning away, delaying beyond 2 weeks, or losing entirely because you have no room? If you cannot point at that number in your own system, you do not have a capacity problem. You have a conversion problem, or a scheduling problem, or a follow-up problem. Adding a provider to a practice that is not filling its existing chairs does not double your revenue. It splits the same volume across 2 salaries and makes your worst week look much worse. Wrong hire number 3. The in-house marketing generalist. Somebody young, energetic, good with social media, and cheap relative to an agency. The logic feels airtight. Why pay an outside firm when you can own it internally? Here's what actually happens. Marketing for a medical practice is at least 4 different jobs: paid acquisition, content, reputation, and reviews, and the follow-up sequence that turns an inquiry into a booked and kept consult. One junior person cannot do 4 specialist jobs, so they default to the most visible and least accountable one, which is posting. 6 months later, your feed looks better and your consult volume has not moved. If you hire in marketing at this stage, hire for the follow-up. The person who calls back within 5 minutes and works the list until the patient is on the schedule is worth more than any content calendar. Wrong hire number 4, the loyalty promotion. This is your longest tenured team member, the person who has been with you since the beginning, who knows every patient by name, and who you promote into leadership because they have earned it. Tenure is not the same as capability, and promoting past someone's ceiling is not a reward. It is a punishment with a raise attached. You take a person who was excellent at their job, you put them in a role they were never trained for, and then you get frustrated with them for struggling. Now you have lost a great employee and gained a struggling manager, and because of the history, you will wait far too long to correct it. If you want to reward loyalty, pay for loyalty. Pay more, give better hours, give real ownership of a defined area. Do not hand out a management title as a thank you note. So here is the filter before any hire at $2 million. 3 questions. 1, can I write this role in one sentence with one number attached? Not responsibilities. One number this person moves. 2, does the work already exist and get done badly, or am I hoping this person invents it? Hire into existing work. Never hire into a hope. 3, if this person is excellent, what does the practice look like in 90 days? Specifically, if you cannot answer that in concrete terms, you are not ready to hire, you are ready to define. And defining is free. Now, the 3 roles that actually earn their salary at this stage. The first one is patient access. Call it front desk lead, call it patient coordinator. The title does not matter, the number does. This person owns the path from first contact to a kept consult. Speed to first call back, percentage of inquiries reached, percentage of booked consults that actually show up. In most practices, this is where the money is quietly leaking because the phone rings during clinic, it goes to voicemail, and nobody calls back until tomorrow afternoon. You already paid to make that phone ring. Every dollar of your marketing budget dies right there if nobody answers it. This is the highest return hire in a practice, and it is almost never the one owners make first. The second role is revenue cycle ownership. Somebody whose entire job is that the work you already performed actually turns into cash. Claims out the door within a set number of days. Denials worked, not filed. Days in accounts receivable trending in one direction. Credentialing current for every provider and every payer, because a lapse there stops payment entirely. Most practices at 2 million outsource billing and think they have solved this. Outsourcing the work is fine, outsourcing the accountability is not. Somebody inside your practice has to read the report, ask the uncomfortable question, and bring you an answer every month. A billing partner who knows a real person, reviews their numbers, behaves differently than one who knows nobody does. The third role is the operations lead, and this is the same person you were tempted to hire in mistake number 1. The difference is sequence. You hire an operations lead after the processes exist, not to invent them. Once your intake path is written down, once your billing cadence is defined, once your schedule has rules, then a strong operator can run all of it and genuinely take it off your plate. Hire them before that, and you are paying a manager to guess. The order matters more than the person. Define, document, then delegate. Most owners try to delegate first because it is the only step that feels like relief. When you do hire, run it like a process instead of a feeling. Write the scorecard first. 1 sentence for the role, the 1 number they own, and the 3 outcomes you expect in the first 90 days. Screen against that scorecard and nothing else. Do a working session, not just an interview. Give them a real situation from your practice. A full voicemail box on a Monday, a stack of aged claims, and watch how they think. Check references by asking 1 question. Would you hire this person again for this exact role? Listen to the pause more than the answer. Then set a 30, 60, 90-day plan on day one and hold the 90-day conversation on the actual date, even when it is going well, especially when you are not sure. The cost of a hire you know is wrong is not the salary. It is the 8 months you spend avoiding the conversation. So, this week, do not open a job posting. Do two things instead. First, take the role you were about to hire and write it in one sentence with one number attached. If you cannot, you just saved yourself a year and a salary. Second, look at your last 4 hires and ask which category each one fell into. The pattern will be uncomfortable and it will be useful. Hiring is not how you scale a practice. Definition is how you scale a practice. Hiring is just how you staff a definition that already works. If you want an outside read on where your practice actually leaks, whether that is mindset, marketing, management, or money, we built a free AI audit at practiceskale.ai. It is a short survey, you get the analysis back, and there is no sales call attached to it. That is it. If this was useful, hit the like button so more practice owners see it. I will see you in the next one.